All right, everyone, buckle up because the news cycle is absolutely exploding today, and you're getting the absolute must-know updates right here, right now on the Roger Report. We've got stories dropping that could shake things up across the globe, and you won't hear them anywhere else this fast. Get ready for some seriously unmissable insights as we dive headfirst into a whirlwind of breaking developments. From emotional farewells on the pitch to pivotal moments that have everyone talking, we're covering it all with the energy and speed you expect. Don't blink, because you might just miss the next big thing. First up, a legendary figure is facing a potentially emotional moment that has fans worldwide on the edge of their seats. Then, we're shifting gears to another massive story that's capturing headlines. We've also got a development that's raising eyebrows and sparking debate. And finally, a story that could redefine expectations. Stick with us, because this is the Roger Report, and we're bringing you the news that matters, faster and hotter than ever before. Make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. A legend's emotional farewell. This is a moment that has the entire sports world holding its breath, a potential turning point for one of the most iconic figures in the game. We're talking about Lionel Messi, the maestro himself, experiencing what could be his final competitive match on home soil for Argentina. The atmosphere at El Monumental in Buenos Aires was electric, a fitting stage for a player who has given so much to his nation and the sport. Confirmed by Messi himself, this match against Venezuela was slated as his last home game in an albiceleste jersey, and the crowd responded with a fervor that underscored his unparalleled legacy. Even before kickoff, during the national anthem, Messi was visibly moved, a rare display of emotion from a player often characterized by his calm on-field demeanor. This wasn't just another game. It was a celebration of 2 decades of dedication, marked by an astonishing 114 goals and 61 assists in 193 appearances for Argentina. He stands head and shoulders above any other player in their national history, both in goals and caps, a testament to his enduring brilliance. The match itself saw Argentina secure a comfortable 3-0 victory, with Messi adding to the spectacle by scoring a brace, a perfect way to cap off the occasion. While Argentina had already secured their top spot in the South American qualifiers, the focus was squarely on Messi's personal journey. The fans, understanding the significance of the moment, stayed long after the final whistle, creating a send-off that etched itself into Messi's memory, with his children joining him as mascots. However, the most significant takeaway from the evening wasn't just the win or the emotional farewell, but Messi's own words about his future. He cast considerable doubt on his participation in the 2026 World Cup, suggesting that, due to his age, it's unlikely he'll be there. This statement has sent ripples through the football community, leaving fans to ponder whether they've witnessed the final act of a World Cup dream. The legend's future remains uncertain, adding a poignant layer to an already unforgettable night. But as one chapter potentially closes, the sports world is always buzzing with what's next. Stay tuned as we explore another developing story that's capturing global attention. Messi's World Cup future hangs in the balance. In the wake of an emotionally charged farewell to home crowds, the question on everyone's lips is whether Lionel Messi will grace the FIFA World Cup stage one last time. Following Argentina's dominant 3-0 victory over Venezuela, where Messi himself netted a brace, the legendary forward addressed his future, delivering a statement that has sent shockwaves through the footballing world. While the match was undeniably a celebration of his illustrious career on Argentine soil, his comments post-game have cast a significant shadow over his potential participation in the 2026 World Cup. Messi, now 38, candidly admitted that his age makes it most logical that he will not feature in the next global tournament, scheduled to be held across the United States, Canada, and Mexico. This admission comes as a stark contrast to the hopes of many fans who envisioned a fairy-tale final World Cup appearance for the maestro. He acknowledged the excitement and motivation he still feels for the game, but stressed his philosophy of taking things day by day, match by match, and being honest with myself. This approach means his decision will hinge on his physical condition and overall well-being leading up to 2026. He outlined a process of completing the current MLS season, undergoing preseason, and then reassessing his fitness and desire. The uncertainty surrounding his future is palpable, especially considering his immense contribution to Argentina's triumph in the 2022 World Cup. Messi's career is a tapestry woven with incredible achievements, including multiple Ballon d'Or awards and numerous club and international titles. His journey began in the 2006 World Cup, and the prospect of a sixth appearance, which would be unprecedented for many, is now in serious doubt. The narrative of his potential final dance on the world stage has become a compelling subplot, leaving fans and analysts debating the likelihood of his return. The sports world watches with bated breath, understanding that every moment with Messi on the field is a gift, regardless of the outcome of his decision. His honesty about the physical realities of aging in elite sport resonates, adding a layer of realism to the dream. But the world of sports never stands still, and there's another major development we need to unpack right now. Messi's World Cup ambiguity, a calculated decision. Lionel Messi, the iconic figure in football, has recently ignited a global conversation with his candid remarks about his potential participation in the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Following what was likely his final competitive match on Argentine soil, a 3-0 victory against Venezuela, where he scored twice, Messi offered a nuanced perspective on his future. While Argentina had already secured their qualification for the tournament, the match was steeped in emotion, marking a potential farewell to his home supporters. Messi, now in the twilight of his illustrious career, expressed that based on his age, it's most logical he won't be part of the 2026 World Cup. This statement, however, was not a definitive no, but rather a reflection of his current mindset and his commitment to being honest with himself and the sport. He emphasized his approach of taking things day by day, match by match, and that his decision would be heavily influenced by how he feels physically and mentally. He plans to assess his condition after completing the current MLS season and undergoing preseason training, with a 6-month window before the tournament to make a final call. This measured approach highlights Messi's dedication to performing at his best, rather than simply participating. His journey in the World Cup began in 2006, and a sixth appearance would be a remarkable feat, especially considering he would be nearly 39 years old during the tournament. The memories of leading Argentina to their long-awaited World Cup title in 2022 are still fresh, and the possibility of him adding another chapter to his legacy is a tantalizing prospect for fans worldwide. Analysts and fans alike are dissecting his words, trying to gauge the true likelihood of his presence in 2026. Some believe his honesty is a sign that he's preparing for retirement from international duty, while others see his continued motivation and excitement as indicators that he might defy the odds. Regardless of the final decision, Messi's impact on the game is undeniable, and his thoughtful consideration of his future only adds to the legend. But before we move on, there's a crucial detail about this story that you need to hear. And then, we're diving into another major update: Messi's home game farewell and World Cup uncertainty. In a momentous occasion that had fans on the edge of their seats, Lionel Messi played what was potentially his final competitive match on Argentine soil against Venezuela. The legendary forward, who has graced the sport with unparalleled skill for 2 decades, scored a brace in Argentina's comfortable 3-0 victory, a fitting performance for a player who has given so much to his nation. The atmosphere at El Monumental was electric, filled with an outpouring of emotion and appreciation for a player who has become synonymous with Argentine footballing pride. Messi himself was visibly moved, struggling to contain his emotions during the pre-game ceremonies, a rare display that underscored the significance of the moment. Having already secured their top spot in the World Cup qualifiers, Argentina's victory was a formality, but the true narrative of the night revolved around Messi's potential farewell. The crowd's adoration was palpable, with fans staying long after the final whistle to serenade their hero. However, the most compelling aspect of the evening came when Messi addressed his future, specifically his participation in the 2026 FIFA World Cup. When questioned about playing in the tournament, his response was a cryptic, "We'll see," leaving fans and media in a state of anticipation. Messi, now 38, acknowledged that by his age, it's most logical he won't be able to compete. He stated his intention to take things day by day, match by match, and to be honest with himself about his physical condition. This implies a rigorous self-assessment process, factoring in his performance in the MLS season and his preseason training before making a definitive decision. The 2026 World Cup, to be held in the United States, Canada, and Mexico, looms as a potential final frontier for Messi. If he were to participate, it would be his 6th World Cup appearance, a testament to his enduring career. His history in the tournament is rich, from his debut in 2006 to leading Argentina to glory in 2022. The possibility of him playing alongside or against other aging legends, like Cristiano Ronaldo, in what could be their final World Cup, adds another layer of intrigue. The football world awaits his decision with bated breath, understanding that each moment Messi plays is a gift. But that's not all the news you need to know today. We've got another compelling story coming up right after this. And that's a wrap on today's Essential Updates. We saw Lionel Messi get emotional in what could be his final home game for Argentina, leaving his 2026 World Cup future uncertain. We've got more on that developing story and other crucial news you need to stay ahead of the curve. Don't miss a single second. Hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, drop a comment below with your thoughts, and follow us on all social platforms for even more exclusive content.